hot with extreme fire dangers for large parts of southeastern Australia today. So looking at that in more detail, extreme fire dangers are current for parts of eastern South Australia, western and central Victoria, that does include the Melbourne metropolitan area, and parts of eastern and southeastern Tasmania, including around Hobart. This means if you live in these orange shaded areas, that hot, dry and windy conditions will lead to extreme fire dangers. That means if a fire does get going, it will be hard to control and contain in these extreme conditions. So please watch out if you live in these areas today, and particularly this afternoon and this evening as that front moves through. So looking at these temperatures, it is very hot across large parts of southeastern Australia, particularly through inland areas where we're seeing temperatures into the 40s. But even through the cities, we're looking at 38 degrees today in Melbourne and 36 degrees today in Hobart, and that's its hottest day so far this summer. But it's all about the cool change and when will that come through. So currently we've got a cold front off the coast of South Australia, and that's going to move into southeastern parts of South Australia and southwestern parts of Victoria later this morning into that lunchtime hour. Then as we move into the early afternoon, we can see that front moving into western Victoria, and there's really hot air starting to stream down ahead of the front. But note the much cooler and gusty winds behind it as well. And that's going to bring cool change to coastal areas of South Australia during today, and then into western and southern parts of Victoria as we move into the later afternoon. Now, as we get into the Melbourne area, at this stage, looking at that cool change timing around 6 to 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock for Bayside areas, and more 8 o'clock into our outer northern and eastern suburbs. While down in Tasmania, cool change moving through the west coast early mid-afternoon, but probably not into the Hobart area until the evening hours, give it around that 8 o'clock time frame. Then as we move through this evening, we're going to see that front continue to quickly move through Victoria and then start moving into New South Wales. So tomorrow the heat focuses across northern and eastern New South Wales, including around the Sydney area with temperatures in the mid to high 30s there. And ahead of this front and trough, we're likely to see widespread thunderstorm activity, and some of those could be severe with large hail, damaging winds and heavy rainfall. And then a gusty cool change moving through the Sydney area tomorrow evening. So for those heading to the Taylor Swift concert, please stay up to date with the forecast there. Then as we move into the rainfall associated with this system, very little through the Victorian area with just a few showers and storms, and same down in Tasmania. But note tomorrow, widespread shower and thunderstorm activity, and some of those will be severe as we move through the afternoon and evening hours on Friday. So with a lot of weather going on across much of southeastern Australia, remember to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via our website, app and social media. And if any fires do get going, listen to all advice from emergency services.